Hey, Troy, Jonathan Alexander with Shard Observer. Hope you're doing well. I'm curious, how do you feel like you've improved from the beginning of camp to now?
I think it's been a great process, truly. Obviously, with COVID and everything going around, and just everything that's gone on, it's been hard to kind of hone in on your craft. But each and every day, us as DBs, we work on something specific, and I've continued to do that, and working to be better each and every day, in the next day after that.
If I could ask a quick follow up, can you explain your shirt?
Okay, so this is actually one of my friends, Jay Urich. He attends the University of South Carolina. He has a nonprofit, and basically he phrased and coined this term "matter is the minimum," talking about Black Lives matter, and just that's the minimum of kind of what that phrase means. They're respected, they're cherished, they're needed. It's so much more to it, but just a friend of mine that I've been repping. He actually sent me the shirt. I bought it from him, and it's been good.
Troy, Mike Solarte with Spectrum News One. What are you learning from the veterans in your group? I mean, guys like Eli and Trey and Djax. I mean, what are those guys kind of showing you as far as learning the position at this level and not obviously having an opportunity to show your stuff in games?
Well, first they're setting the standard, for how everyone should play, how everyone should conduct themselves. Um, but just so many intricate details that obviously vets know about the game. Mindset things, especially just like talking to DJ a lot about like confidence and different techniques and how he does things versus how I do things. Trebo, obviously the leader of our group, the outspoken guy that you really follow and just a well-respected veteran and a guy that I really look up to in terms of just conducting themselves, how you play, being loud, having fun, and just being a leader.
Do you find yourself maybe? I would imagine you're doing a lot more of the listening than the talking, but are they surprised at any of the questions you've asked them? Or are they saying, "Yeah, that's a good point. You should think like this"? Or I mean, what goes into those conversations?
I mean, it's just a back and forth. It's a conversation between individuals that are trying to get better. And if I see a point that I'm uncertain on, I ask, hey, like, how do you do this? What's kind of your thought process here? Whereas other times it's communicating on what we're doing on a certain play or how we're going to be here and here, and it's just a lot of good dialogue and conversation.
Hey, Troy, this is Miles Simmons from Panthers.com. There are a lot of you guys who appeared like you are, a lot of you guys that are rookies that appear like you're going to be able to contribute early. How do you feel like you all are prepared for that? And did you miss anything by not having preseason games?
No, I think we prepare well each and every day. Competing and doing our best to get better, and that's my ultimate goal is to contribute to this team, in whatever way, shape, or fashion that is. I want to be a contributor to this team, and that's what I work for each and every day in my competition and how I do things. And preseason games, could have shown that maybe for maybe some more fans or whatever, but we we do enough competition daily that if you've got it, you're going to show it.
Hey Troy, I was wondering for you, obviously, I know you can't talk about all the COVID, the list and all of that, but just for you, how have you kind of had to make sure you're doing everything you can to stay healthy? Like, what has that looked like for you during the course of training camp, like outside of the facility? What are you doing to make sure you're staying safe?
Well, I mean, it's just about having my hand sanitizer in my glove compartment, having extra masks and everything handy. If I were to forget one, it's when my parents visit, having hand sanitizer for them when they walk in the door. It's making sure that when I go to the grocery store that I have a mask on, that I'm not touching things with my bare hands without washing them, and just being safe. Being courteous to others, and obviously practicing that social distancing. Not getting too close to anybody, not breathing anybody's air, and just really just being safe and things that all the common people should do.
To follow up on that is having, I know you can't talk to specifics, but having players around you, you know, now having guys on that list, is it a reminder maybe that like this is real? I know you guys went so long without having someone on there.
Well, I've always, you know, known that it's real, and we understand that fact, and it's such a serious, you know, disease and topic that's going throughout the entire world. And I think that, you know, we continuing to be diligent in our efforts to, you know, flatten the curve and, you know, being courteous to others, like I spoke about earlier, and just staying safe. You know, I would never, you know, want to contract the disease and give it to anybody in my family, and, you know, vice versa, someone giving it to me. So always being safe, like I said, making sure you have a mask, washing, hand sanitizer, everything.
Hey, Troy, Josh Klein from the Riot Report. You grew up obviously close to here. Your family's close. And your first game in the NFL is going to be played in front of no fans. Is that a little bit disappointing that your family and friends won't get to be there to see you debut? Or just what are your feelings about playing in front of no fans for week one?
So I carry, you know, my support system very close to me everywhere I go. So truly, yeah, they may not be there in person, but I know, like, in my heart, who supported me, the energy that I feel before a game, the passion that I play with, it's for individuals that are watching, that are, you know, supporting me from afar, that are just thinking about me. So in that, you know, everything I take into the game, fans or no fans, is going to be, you know, the same passion, the same desire, the same will, the same effort. And that's all for the people that support me. And, you know, them not being there in person doesn't really change, you know, what I'm going to continue to do on the field.
Hey, Troy, Jason Huber with WFNZ. What's it been like, you know, kind of going through this process with a guy like Jeremy Chin, who's very athletic, has, you know, skill sets where you're able to line up on different places on the field. And we've heard, you know, some players and coaches already say that, you know, you two are guys who have fit right in so far with this team. What's it been like going through it with him?
I think it's been great. I mean, Chin is my guy. We were working out, you know, obviously in Dallas pre-combine, and we ended up coming to the same place. But, you know, it's all our entire class. You know, so many guys have put in the work, and we're all working together to obviously contribute. So with that, I mean, it's, you know, all the DBs, Stan, Kenny Robinson. Then you talk about, you know, our D linemen. You got Etor, you got Derek, you got Bravion. I mean, like Chris Orr, like so many guys are just all putting everything together and giving it their all, you know, each and every day to be better. And, you know, you just love that. It just, you know, gives you a sense of, you know, that's a guy that I want right next to me when everything gets hard and everything gets tough.
Troy, I know you guys the team had a meeting about social justice. Obviously, the team has been pretty outspoken. Matt Rule has, Trey Boston. Do you feel like as a rookie that do you feel comfortable speaking up in that kind of setting? Obviously, you have thoughts on this, on what's going on in our country as well. I'm just curious about how you think you fit into the voices on the team.
I think, you know, our team did a good job in, you know, allowing the conversation to happen. And, you know, I fully support, you know, what our leadership has said. But absolutely, I mean, just having the conversation, providing my points, and just, you know, talking through it all is a step in the right direction for, you know, everybody in this country. And, you know, it's tough what's going on. It's tough what's coming to light. But it's absolutely a conversation we should have and should continue having.
Troy, what do you think the biggest takeaway you took from that conversation?
I just think that, you know, there's different perspectives, and hearing those perspectives is important to understanding individuals, and then, you know, just clearing the air. You know, a lot of things are, you know, not wanting to be talked about, wanting to, you know, be swept under the rug, but clearing the air, you know, making it open, making it a dialogue, and truly just with that, I mean, I think, you know, that's how you inspire and incite change, because, you know, so many like-minded people, you know, get confused about different points because of a lack of communication. And that's just, you know, how it's going. And I just love the fact that we had the conversation and we were open and honest with each other, and, you know, guys that were vets were talking to rookies, and it was wonderful.
Troy, earlier you said something about there are 4 people who inspire you and that you keep in your heart. I hope you don't mind me asking, but who are those 4 people and why do they inspire you?
Well, it wasn't just 4. I would say my support system in general, and I'm talking about directly my direct family. So that's my mom and dad, Angela and Troy Pride Sr., my brother Chance Pride, a rising sophomore at North Carolina A&T, my older sister, a graduate of Lander University, and my 2 younger sisters, Trinity and Destiny. And those are people that I obviously grew up with, and they support me fully. You know, we talk on the daily. We make sure that we're in communications, and you know, that's my support system. That's, you know, my circle.
Troy, you may not want to answer this, but who's been the toughest wide receiver that you've had to match up with this training camp?
I think all of our guys provide different, you know, unique skill sets. And, you know, you talk about toughest, but they do different things that make them the toughest in that respectable, you know, regard. So, you know, I think we have a great group of guys that, you know, can, like I said, do some special things. So I don't think I could just narrow down to one. But, you know, it's been some great competition, I can tell you that.
Hey Troy, I think Teddy mentioned a few weeks ago, and we just talked with Chris Manhertz talking about their 4x1 relay team here on the Panthers. As a guy who ran track, who would be on your 4x1 team?
Okay, so I think let me make sure I get this right. I think I said I had DJ leading it off. He'll pass it to me, second leg. We're rolling with Chin at third leg, I believe, and then shoot. I mean, I said Eli or TJ, but in either one of them, I think we could hand off to TJ and he would finish it off. But listen, I mean, there's no shortage of speed on this team.